how to call one class static variables in another class. That's what I have shown you here. And this is the class name dot static variable we have called. Class name dot static variable, class name dot static variable. All the possible static variables we call, which are having a permission, right? Which are having a permission, we have called them. So what permissions if they have, we can call default, protected, public. If these keywords are assigned to applied to those variables, so these variables have a default, I as a default, F as a protected, and L as a public access modifier. So that's why IFL we are able to call in the same package where this static members demo class is there, and another class also we can access. So this class we access it. Now next scenario. The next scenario is how can you call the static void method from that class, right? Static void method, how can you call? So is that having a permissions? Just check that. Is that having a permission or not? So we'll see that. Is that having a permission or not? Scenario 2. So this one is scenario 2 we are doing now. Now this question. How can you call one class static void method in another class? So class name dot static method. Let's go and call this. But whether it is having permission or not, we'll see that. So class name, first call the class name. This is the class name. These class members we are calling here. These class members we are calling here. And first class name dot. When you put a dot, which are all visible, that will show in the panel. Dot, class name dot. See that. FIL is visible. Then what is other thing visible? Convert Fahrenheit temperature to Celsius is visible, but that is a return type method. Get random double value, that is a double return type. And main is a void method. Can you see this? Void it is going to show. And a swap without third variable. This is a parameterized method, right? But we want a method with void without parameters, but that is not visible here. So void method only you can see swap method, but there is a division method also, right? That is not visible. Why it is not visible? Let's go and check that. So what is the problem? Why it is not visible in another class? So this is the division method. Void without parameters, division method is the only one. And why it is not visible in another class is because of private. So we applied for this method private access modifier. That's why private, where you can access in the same class only you can access, not outside the class. That's why this is not visible there. That's why it is not visible, because of private thing, and it's not visible here. See that if you write also forcefully, it will throw error saying that the method division from the type static method, the static members demo is not visible. Why it is not visible? Because it doesn't have permissions. Private we use, that's why it is not visible. Is clear? So now I will change the permission now. So that we need to call that. So I'll change the permission. So what I'm going to do, I'll change permission to public. So we need to call in another package also, so that I'll change the permission. So I'll comment out this. I'll change it to from private to public. So public means I'm giving full scope, complete scope I'm giving. So division you can access anywhere. That's the scope I have given. So that the error is gone here. You can see that the error is gone. When it was a private, it was throwing error. When I change it from private to public access modifier, now you are able to call a division method here. So let's execute division method. I didn't create here in this class. This class I haven't created, but I can call here that logic. That's the how you can reuse the logic, other class method logic here also. You don't need to create again if you want same logic. So that's the method purpose. You can reuse the logic. Same logic you can reuse and you can execute in another classes, another package classes also, if it has a sufficient permission. If it doesn't has a permission, you cannot execute, you cannot call that method. So this is the all the division related code executed, right? So any questions on this? I'm moving to the next thing. How can you call static void parameterized method under any method or main method in another class? So class name dot static method name, a parameter 1 value, parameter 2 value you can pass. So let's pass. Okay. Now, how can you call parameterized static void method? Parameterized static void method. What is the answer? See the answer. Class name. So put the class name. Which class member you are calling? That class name. Dot. See that you have a wide parameterized method. We have only one wide parameterized method. Now division also visible. You can see wide. It is showing wide here. So swap without third variable. So a value 65, b value 79. So whatever the values, integer numbers, you have to make sure you give the integer values. Click on finish. So see that it's swapped both of them. Clear? That's how to call. So I don't need to write again swapping method in this class also. Already I have written in another class. How we are calling is important. Class name dot static method with the parameters. Okay. Any questions here before going for the return type method how to call? So all as per formulas. Just execute them, it will come nicely. So no need any hurry also. Just go step by step, word by word. So first class name. So I'll take the class name. This class members I'm calling. So that I'll do that. Random values with a double data type it is returning. So rand value equal to. So this is the data type of the method is double. Variable name is a rand value. Then class name is static members demo. This is the class name place. I put my class name, which class members I am calling, that class name dot the get random double value. See the return type is clearly showing here double. So that double I have written. How I got this values? The method return type. What is the method return type? Double. So that's what I have written. And some variable. I'm storing this output. This method is getting a value for me. That output I'm storing in this local variable. And then class name dot this method. So this is the random value. So random value is just give so this output. So execute that. So every time it will generate the new value. So see that every time you run, it won't give you previous. It always give you a new value. That's a random value. Generate the random number from 0 to 1. That's how to generate the random number. Math.random class we have used, and we have written the logic inside this method. That's a different story. But that logic we are using here. So that's the thing you need to catch. Next one is how to call in the print statement, the return type static method. See that formula, just to follow the formulas. It's a very easy, and you won't make any mistakes also. So the answer is println. So println, I'll write a readable statement here. You have to write a readable statement. Readable statement. That's what we need to write. So the readable statement is Fahrenheit Celsius degrees temperature. Celsius. So degrees temperature for given Fahrenheit temperature. So I can just write a like this, the readable statement I can write, then plus to my class name. What is the class name? This class member I am calling, and this method is returning a value. That's why I'm calling in the print statement. If it is not returning, you should not call in the print statement. Remember this point. Void methods are not allowed to call in the print statement. So that's it. One more is missing, bracket. One more bracket is missing, but still it is showing error. So what is
the quotes is actually before the colon plus the assignment of.
Oh, okay, this colon should go inside the quotes. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. See how we called all the 4 types of methods. So return type methods I'm storing in a variable because this is the value. That's why I'm storing in a variable. And this is a returning value directly. I can print directly value also. That's a return type methods calling process. Yeah. Any questions?
So one question, Ramesh, within that same
Yeah.
print statement, can we print the, we are passing the value of the Fahrenheit. Can we print that Fahrenheit value as well in the same print statement here? Is that possible?
500, which is 500?
No, the 125.34F, that value, I just wanted
Oh,
to
okay.
print like, okay,
No,
Celsius,
no, no,
degrees,
no.
temp,
No. If you want, so here you cannot print, but in the method definition, you
okay,
can go and you
you
can
need
do
to do
that
first.
there. In the method definition, you can do that. Method definition, this FT value you can print. Like, so I'm converting. So we can write here one more print statement. So converting Fahrenheit temperature, converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, right? Fahrenheit temperature to Celsius. For you can write a for, so that you can put FT. You will get that, right? You just anything you want to add. You come to method definition, you add anything, but not calling process. Calling process, just you will call the method. That's it. Now you see, it will give you automatically the see that. So you're converting Fahrenheit temperature to Celsius temperature for 125.34, and that one you can get both of them, right? That's how you figure out. Clear with it?
Yes, Ramesh. Yep.
So that's all about how you are getting your input and also your output. So equivalence no Fahrenheit temperature and Celsius degree temperature, both you are seeing here. Anything you want to do, the method definition only. Calling time you cannot do anything, just calling the methods only calling. If you want to add any logic extra, just go and do in the method inside, not calling time. Okay, so that's the second scenario. Any questions? Second scenario are done. Any questions? Now we are going for scenario 3. So no questions?
Ramesh, in calling method also we can calling in the calling function also we can execute methods here also, Ramesh, our own methods.
One method means which one?
Like different, if not calling from another, we can use here new methods.
You can write your class means what, madam? Anything you can do, right? Here you can do one more method.
Yeah.
But in the same class we did right. Same class method means what? Private,
No.
static. This is what you are asking.
Yes.
You can
yes.
write one more method here, and you can
Yeah.
write.
Okay.
Nobody will stop you. The class means what? N number of methods you can write. So you can write you. Calling means you already reusing the code here.
Yeah. We can use from there also, and we can write here.
And how can you call the static methods? Directly you can call, right?
Yes, directly we can call.
That we have seen yesterday already.
Yes. No, in the same we can call both the methods, like directly calling and calling from the.
You can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Calling from another and the same class methods you can call. Same class methods how to call I have shown you yesterday.
Yes.
If you have a methods in this class and I have shown you yesterday how to call them. Directly you can call.
Okay.
That's what this one also. So this is a sample test is coming from this class. You want to write it detailedly. So started executing this class. The class name also you can mention. Class static void method, that is test method, so that it will be very clear for you, right? From which class this test is coming. Super, right? This one like this. You can understand easily. You can write a class structure means what? You can write variables, you can write methods, you can write constructors, and variables you can declare, you can call. But I'm saying all reusability how to use. Okay, you declare your data, and you don't need to declare same data if you want in this class, right? I declared in the static members demo. I am reusing here. And if you want this class also, you want to add a few more methods, you can add a few more methods.
Okay, got it.
But again, a calling process in the same class, that class methods is yesterday I have shown you. And today we are seeing other class members how to call. Today we are seeing other class members how to call. I have shown you the class name dot static variable, class name dot static method, and class name dot static method with parameters, and return type method you have to store in a variable. This is a mandatory because this is the value. Right side one method is returning a value. because we didn't use a void for that method definition time. That's why it is giving a value. That value you can reuse wherever you want because it's stored in a variable. In this method only you can use this rand value. And return type method you can print directly in the print statement also, because that's a value, right? The return type method giving a value. So I'm joining this entire string, I'm joining with this output, the method output. So the method output, whatever it is going to return to us, that I'm joining with a plus operator in the print. So let's go to third scenario. Any other questions? Do you have any questions? Or we can go ahead with the third scenario. So silence is not good, and either you say yes or no. You have any doubts? Okay, thank you. At least one responded. Okay, so now we're crossing the package. Another package class, how to call. Now this class members, this class is where in the method programs package. This class static members demo class is available in method programs package, and this class members I'm going to call in basic programs package. I'll create a new class. And there I will try to call. How to call? This is the crucial scenario for automation, because all Selenium classes members in the different package, they created already in their own packages. Now you need to call them in your own package class. How can you call them? That's a scenario I'm showing in the Java beginning. Selenium concept, basically Java concept they have used there, and that is the scenario we need to understand very, very clearly. So let's see how to do that. And another package, how to call. One package class members, how can you call in another package? I'm creating a new class, call another package. I'll just put a shortcut. Another package class static members in another package, in some other package class. So even though it's big, but fine. So right, when you read the class, you can understand. So that one, that's the big concept. How to write the class names, meaningful names you write. You can, if you want shortcut, you can shortcut. No issues. You can do shortcut of that method. You can do all those things. Right? So that's the how you can understand. Okay, now, so what I told you yesterday, if you want to call one package classes in another package class, right? Our method programs package class static members demo members, I'm calling here. So this is the different package. This class is in this package, but static members demo is in method programs package. Both packages are different. Then how can you call? The first thing is you have to do import. How to do import? Write import. So import statement where we can write below the package, above the class. So import which one you want to import. This package method programs, which package class you are calling here in this package class. First that package name method programs dot. When you put a dot, all the members of that package it will show you. Again, package contains many classes, right? Now see, two classes it has, two classes are showing. So we want static members demo class. So this is the import statement you have to add if you want to call in another package. Then what are the members you can access another package class mean? So which permissions you need and which permissions if you have, you can access here. So for static members demo, you can tell me now. So in the out of these four variables, first we'll talk about four static variables. Out of these four variables, and which variable we can call in the another package class?
L
only L as of now. You cannot access any other variables. Why you cannot access other variables?
Public is void. Public is
void. What is public is void, madam?
Here you are taking the public static long. This is the public is anywhere you can take it in the class, in the package also. Another package also you can take this one variable.
Yeah, that's what. So public has a wider scope access modifier. That's why you can only access L in another package. Other C variable, I variable, F you cannot access because they don't have a permissions. Protected you can access, but protected access modifier related F variable you can access, but you have to apply inheritance. So if you apply inheritance, you can access. Maybe I'll show you that also here. We can finish that. So let's call all other. Then variable we decided only L we can access, and some more F also accessible, but you have to do oops concept. You have to apply. Now out of these methods, which methods you can access? First, division method is accessible. Swap without third variable is accessible. Can we access get random value in another package class?
No,
What access modifier it has?
it's a default access.
Default. That's why you cannot access. It has a default access modifier. That's why you cannot access. Default means what? In the same package, any class you can access. Not outside the package. You can access this. You cannot access outside the package this get random double value method because it has a default access modifier. So protected also you can access in the same package. If you apply, then you can access outside package also. I'll apply inheritance also, we'll see that. Okay, so as of now only I can access these two methods. So let's call first the variable. I think I have given a variable here. How can you access one class static variable in another package class? Class name dot static variable. Once you do that, class name dot static variable, just do that. So what is the class name? Class name is static members demo. So we are going to get a value. So value means I need to print directly. I cannot use directly place the value. So either you can use static member demo class static variable L value is, so that is class name dot, see that it will show you only L, not other variables, because they don't have a permission. That's why they are not appearing in the panel. In this window, only which are visible it is going to show you. So only L is visible because that has a public. Division is visible because that has a public access modifier. Main is visible because that has a public access modifier. Swap without third variable, that is a public access modifier. That's why this is visible here. So we are calling a variable. See that I didn't declare here this L, but I am calling from some other package value here. So execute this. See that that's the methods and variables how to call, and permissions based on all permission related. If they have permission, you can access. If you don't have permission, you cannot access, you cannot see that value. See that you're getting value from that package class, not in this package class also. That package class you are calling, that package class member you are calling in this package class. Okay, any other questions? Now variable we have seen how to call a variable. Make sure that has only public, then you can access. Now how to call static void method in another package class. Static void method, which static void method means, so method which has a void keyword and without parameters. So what is the syntax? Class name, which class you have to give, which class members you are calling, that class name you have to give. So that class name dot, see you division method is a void method and without parameter. So I called because that has a public access modifier, that we are able to call. Done. Next. So what is the next syntax? How can you call one class static void parameterized method in another package class? Just call all of them. So again, class name dot swap without third variable. Any integer numbers you can give. It doesn't matter. So your data type of that parameter is integer. So you give integer values only, right? See that code is executed properly. Now we need to call return type methods, right? Next is formula is how to call return type static methods in another package. Import you are doing only one time, right? You don't need to do every time you are calling the method, not necessary. If that has a sufficient permission, and automatically you will get this. A multi-line commenting I'm using. This is a multi-line commenting, right? This is a multi-line comment. So data type of the method, but you don't have a permission for them, right? So let's see that do you have a permissions? So I'll call double, or maybe I'll call float, the convert to Celsius degrees temperature. Okay, let me call this. Returns a float value, and Celsius temperature equal to, and class name dot. See, it's not visible because that has a less permissions. If you want to call in another package, that method convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, it doesn't have a permission. It has a protected only. Protected you can access in the same package, but not outside the package if you are not applying inheritance. We didn't apply inheritance right here. We didn't apply inheritance for this class, and that's why you cannot access. But I'll change the permission. So I'll change the permission, or I'll do this only. Let's call, okay, no issues. I'll just do the permission change. So what I'm going to do, I'll just comment that line. So this line I will comment, and this I'll change it to public, so that we can, while practicing inheritance, I can just enable this line, so that I'll comment out this line. So public, it has a public now. Now you can see, you can call directly. See that convert to Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you're getting properly, right? That's it. So Celsius temperature is, and you can write cell temp. See that only public access modifier is going to give you permission. 135 Fahrenheit temperature, that equal Celsius degrees temperature is 57.47. So that's how you can call return type methods. Can I call in the print statement, the last one? So let's call how to call return type static method in the print statement. So I can call here. So how to call return type static method? Just do the print statement answer. You just see the answer. A readable statement, random double value is. From readable statement you write all your readable statement, you can put it here. Then the class name. So the class name, but it doesn't have a permissions. I'm going to give a permission now. See that get random values method is not showing now. It's not showing, right? Can you see here anywhere you can see get random value? Why is not showing? Because it has a less permissions. So I'll change the permissions now. I'll change the permissions. So what I'm going to do, I'll just copy this. Just I'll give public access modifier, so that now you have full powers for that method, so that you can access get random double value. So this is how only public access modifier you can access in another package class, otherwise you cannot access. That's a clear picture. Only public members you can access in another package class, otherwise you cannot access. What is the procedure? First you do import. Anywhere the common thing is, if you are crossing a package, one package class members you want to call in another package, what is the first step we need to do? Import. So where you can add import statement, just below the package, above the class. Import keyword you need to add, then package name dot the class name. That's what import means. So when you do a normal, this is the normal import, right? When you do normal import, you're calling class name dot static variable, class name dot static method, class name dot static methods, right? But I'm going to show you now. Let's do protected variables, how to call, right? Another package. So calling protected members. I'll create a new class. This is the extra call protected members in another package class. So understand, call protected members in another package class. So we have a protected members in this class, right? We have a protected members in this class. So there's the variable we have f. So f I need to call, and also this one I need to call. Let's enable this. So protected. How can I call in another package? This is throwing error. Fine, let it throw error, not a problem. Because that doesn't have permission, right? That's why it is crying. See, this doesn't has a permission. Protected it has. That's why it is showing error here. So okay, fine, no problem. Now we are calling about only protected members. one package class protected members. How can you call in another package? That's a scenario I'm showing. What is the scenario? That scenario I didn't include in our blog, but I am explaining here. So what we are doing here, one package class protected members, static members, I'm calling in another package class. So what you need to do, first step is apply the inheritance. So apply the inheritance. How to apply the inheritance? So use extends keyword between both the class. Extends keyword you have to use. How you can do that? This is the one. Class A extends B, class name, another class. So right, class 1 extends class B. Now this class is your child class. Now the parent is static members demo class. So this is the parent class you have to write on the right side of your extends keyword. Okay, then all the members of protected members you can call extends. This is called inheritance. This is called inheritance. Why it is throwing error? Import. Here it is asking for import. So because another package class, right? This is another package. First it will ask you import even class also. Directly you don't have permission to call. So this is the child class and extends. This is the parent class. Extends after whatever is there. That's a parent. So that means child and parent. So all the members of parent class you can access in this child class. That's a parent-child relationship. That's called inheritance. So that means, so this class has a privilege to use this parent class members here. So now you can see all the style. Once you do inheritance, you can call directly. No need of class name. All those things. So the variable I'll call directly. You can see that. And protected static variable f is, you can call f directly. You can call f directly. See that f you can call directly. So I didn't declare f here, right? Did I declare f here? But I can call. That's a extends will give you permission for this class. All the parent class properties you can use directly here. Static members you can call directly. And method also. You can call method also. So what is that method? Protected method. So return type method, right? This is a return type method. So return type method again process, you know. So return type method, how you can call? Data type first, float data type, and Celsius degrees temperature equal to. Directly you can call the method. You don't need any class name again. If you do inheritance, you don't need to do a class name dot static variable, class name dot static method. You don't need to do. Directly you can call just 100.55 F. Then you can print the value Celsius temperature value. I can call this variable the value I stored, the output of that method. So did you observe the difference when you do inheritance, how you are calling? So when you don't do inheritance, how you are calling? Please get a clarity here. Is it done?
So when we apply the inheritance, even the package related variables as well, we can directly call. No. Okay. So those still we need to apply the same logic.
Have no permission. So let's call that default. When you call default access modifier related, default access modifier related static variables. What is that static variable? I think, right? I. So throwing error, you can see that it doesn't have a permission. Default means for that package only, not outside the package. So this has a I as a default. I has a default access modifier. So this default means what? In this package only you can access I in other classes, but not outside the package. Even though you apply inheritance, private you forget. Private you cannot access even other class also in the same package. And inheritance if you apply also, it doesn't give permission. Only protected and public you can access.
Yeah, actually I wanted to ask for the public actually. So public we can directly call. We don't need to again give the class name and okay.
No need again class name. Directly public also you can access.
You can access
public variable. So all inheritance if you apply, you can call directly. No need class name. Okay. Even see methods also I call directly, right? No need any Same, calling the same, it will treat as a same class members. And you don't need to take a permission, right? For example, your parent money, you don't need to take a permission. You can use all your parent properties, right? You have a rights for that. Same
not
applies.
In the current world.
Okay, that's a different story, but that's a theory, right? So before we used to do that, right? And that's how you can access. Yeah. So public variables you can call directly. See that public variables also you can call. And so public access modifier variable L value, you can call directly L. Anything directly you can call. Where I'm calling? Okay, this is throwing error, right? Because that doesn't have permission default. So L and protected you can access. For protected you need extents. For public you don't need, right? Public you can access, just import is enough for public. But for protected members, if you want to call, you have to apply inheritance. This is how to apply inheritance. If you get a confusion, don't worry, leave this scenario. Okay, if you people confuse anyhow, oops concept, I'm going to explain that. Right, so are we done now? The last scenario.
మీరు ఇక్కడ ఇంపోర్ట్ ప్యాకేజ్ నేమ్ అన్నారు కదా, ఎన్నైనా తీసుకోవచ్చా అందులో ప్యాకేజెస్? వి కెన్ కాల్
n number of packages you can import, madam.
Okay.
Even I want to call variable type programs. I can write variable type programs. Import, one more import statement you write here. Import.
Okay. ఎవ్రీ టైం కొత్త ప్యాకేజ్ ని కాల్ చేసినప్పుడల్లా ఇంపోర్ట్ అనేది యూస్ చేస్తూనే రాయాలి.
Exactly. Import will give you other package access here. Other package members, if you want to call, that will give you permission. Then on top of that, the access modifier plays a major role. Only public related members only can call if you are not applying inheritance. If you apply inheritance, both you have a permission for protected and public you can access. Static members you can call directly. No need of again class name if you apply the inheritance. All these points I'm going to explain in the inheritance topic again. Okay, how to call static members, how to call non-static members, I'm going to explain that. Both the calling process is different. Done. We have less time. Let's finish this last scenario. That is static import demo. So I'll create a new class. Static import demo. Static import demo. All these scenarios are very, very, very crucial for us, and that's why I'm giving a very, very detailed here. And if you practice only, you will get it. Otherwise, it's not possible. So now do static import. What is static import? Import static, the package name. Which package class we are calling? The method programs package, right? Package name method programs. So dot the class name static members demo. Which member you want to call? So I don't want one member, I will call all the members. Dot star I will put. If you put a dot star every time, you don't need to do import one by one. So why you need this dot star? Because it will avoid multiple import statements. Otherwise, what will happen? You see that. So the members of this you have to write here. Then you can call L directly here. See, I'm calling the static variable of that class. Static members demo class plus public static variable L. See, you can call directly. You don't need class name dot. That's what I have given in our notes also. You just do static import one member. Only that member you can call. Directly you can call that static variable. No need of any class name before that. If you do static import. Because if you don't do static import, what we did? We did a normal import. What we did? Class name dot static variable you are calling. Please catch this difference. If you do normal import, you have to do class name dot static variable, class name dot static method. If you do static import, then you can call directly, because you already done here import, because that has a permission, public permission, that's why you are able to call. Otherwise, if it doesn't has a public permission, you cannot call. Even protected also you cannot call it. See, one more you want to call. Import one more member you want to call. Static method programs package name dot the I made a mistake. Yeah, so that's typo. And then if you put a dot, the class names will show. Package has a classes, right? Class, and class has a methods, so members. See, division method you can call. See, multiple import statements you are adding. So that's a waste of time, right? Unnecessary, you're increasing your program size. And I can call method, I'm calling, this is the variable calling. Calling the variable, I'm going to write clearly. Calling the static variable with imports, with the static import. So that's the one. Next one, calling the method with import state. Calling the method with import state. Okay, so division method. So directly you can call. No need of class name because you already imported here, and you can execute that. Whichever is having a permissions, you can access. All public things you can call directly. One more thing, if you want to do, see that one more you need to import. Instead of that, you just put a dot star swap method, and that method also you have to call it. So you can call parameterized method, how to call parameterized method. So method name and 35 comma 55. You can give whatever the values you want. All integer numbers you do that. That's it. So that's it. See that it executed. So any we have a public methods. Any public method. Return type method. Return type method. Let's see which is the return type method we have. Okay, convert is a this get random value. We have a get random. So you need to import get random value method also. Same thing, static import. But I am doing multiple static import, right? For every member I am doing a static. So it's a lengthy process, right? Then how can you do that? How can you avoid that? That we are going to come now. So double return type methods I am writing double random value equal to the method name. So random value is just call the variable name. That's a rand value. So did you use anywhere here class name? No. So we don't need to use if you do static import. And what is the advantage? It's reducing the so a lot of complexity, right? Again, writing class name dot, all this is avoiding. So it is easy to code it if you do static import. But I don't want to do this multiple import statements. So what I can do, so I'll comment out all these things in place of all the instead of one by one. See the multi-line commenting how I'm doing. This is a multi-line comment. So only simple, this is the one import statement is enough. So how I did dot star means all the members of this class you can access. That's a dot star. Okay, instead of importing one by one, then just put a dot star, you can access all of them. No need of all these multiple lines of code, right? That's a dot star advantage. See that all you can execute. This is the how you can do static import, right? That's all for the static members. Now the questions from your side. Any questions?
Is there any further shortcut to import multiple classes from that package, Ramesh?
A package entire, so the package sub packages you won't access, but for example, multiple classes of this package you want to access, just what you can do, dot star put once again.
Okay.
So now all the classes of it's not accepting. You have to write it mandatorily. Remove unused import. Only a type can be imported. Method programs resolve a package. Organize imports. So it's not accepting. You have to import class name mandatory. Okay, you don't have that up.
Okay, Ramesh.
So you have to add multiple import statements. So if you have other classes, but you can access it, put a dot star that class. So this is the advantage with the static import. So what is the difference between normal import and this import? And normal import, if you do, you have to do class name dot static variable. If you normal import, if you do without static keyword, you can do normal import also, right? With that, you have to do class name dot static variable, class name dot static method. If you do static import, so just you can call directly that static variable. You can call the static method. You can call the static method and return type methods they're storing in a variable. So that is the difference. You don't need to include class name before your static members if you do static import. So are we clear? Any doubts?
No, Ramesh. Clear.
This is the very important topics. These are all. So these are all you are going to use in the real time. Very crucial, not normal. And every point